All right, Brad, wake up, wake up. Time to get to work. Come on,
Bob,
come on, come on, come on. Time to get up.
I gotta get my stretches in yet.
Yeah, here we go, here we go. All right, pump up energy level, get the energy level up. Hi, folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today, Brad, we're going to talk about how to fall asleep fast. We're going to give you 12 tricks to sleep all night like a baby, which means you wake up every few hours and you're crying, right?
Yeah, when you're hungry.
That's an old joke. But anyway, we're going to show you some tricks. Some of this stuff has worked for me. And, I think all of us had one time in our life have trouble sleeping. I have trouble, especially when I go on the road, if I'm at a hotel.
Sure.
So I've found some things that have helped. So,
Right.
by the way, if you are new to our channel and you're watching on the rebroadcast or if you're even watching the live, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. And also, please go over to the Facebook because we are giving, oh, Brad, get that, the Thermatex. Oh, we are giving away 2 of these today. The box, Brad. It's in the box.
Oh, no.
I had to give Brad a little help there. We're giving away a Thermatex. This is an infrared heat system. This works really well for back pain. Boy, if you're having trouble sleeping, this baby will warm you up and get you.
It is a real nice.
Yeah, we're giving away 2 of those. I should say the company is. We had just did a video on this, and I had made the comment that I'm keeping it. Remember, Brad?
Yeah.
Well, the company heard that, and they said, well, we'll give away 2 more. So they're very generous.
Yeah, very nice.
All right. So let's go ahead and start off, Brad. Oh, by the way, yeah, go over to Facebook and like us because you can get a chance to win that prize. We'll have it posted up there. It's not there yet. It'll be there by the night.
Okay.
So,
PM.
yeah.
All right.
All right. The first thing, Brad, is quite often you're not sleeping because you're probably tense or worried about something. And a lot of times your breathing has become too rapid and too shallow. So you really want to do what we call 4-7-8 breathing. You're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. You're going to breathe, you're going to hold your breath for 7 seconds. And then you're going to breathe out for 8 seconds. So, got it?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to do it real quick, Brad, because it's also good to try to do some diaphragmatic breathing, which in the case of diaphragmatic breathing, what you're doing is you're actually, instead of expanding your chest when you sleep, you're expanding your belly.
Right.
So when I breathe in through my nose, see how my belly goes up? So that's what you want to do. You want to breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Then you're going to hold your breath for 7 seconds.
Hard to do it and talk at the same time.
Yes, it is. And then you're going to blow out like you're blowing out a candle for 8 seconds. Now, all of this, you think, oh, I got to think about all this. Well, that's all going to take your mind off your worries.
Yes.
And it's also going to slow your breathing down,
Right.
which is what is causing you to not sleep.
And that's going to slow your heart rate down.
Yeah.
Everything slows.
And you,
down.
Brad, is a martial arts expert, and you guys talked about breathing all the time,
Oh,
right? As a matter of trying to get into Zen or whatever you call it, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
don't
not,
do
sorry.
that. But what do you do? You focus on breathing a lot, and it's become natural for me how I breathe when I'm doing things laying down. But again, in the nose and out the mouth, and you can do the counts like Bob said, so you get the right rhythm. It's slow.
And if you want to add one more point to that, which you can do or not do, sometimes they have you take the tip of your tongue and put it right above your teeth, right? Or right there. Right there, yeah. It's kind of a point of focus, right, Brad?
Yeah,
So-
precisely.
All right, next thing,
There's
Brad.
one thing I want to mention.
Oh,
Bob did this instinctively. He laid down, he knew he had 2 pillows, and he took one off because the other pillow had his head too high and his posture was bad.
yeah, you're not going to breathe well
Right.
with that.
So make sure your pillow is not too thick. It should be low.
All right, the next thing is, and I don't know if you use this, but I think white noise really helps. We use a fan.
Right.
And also on the phones now, all the smartphones now, they have an app for white noise. So if you just take your smartphone, plug it in by your bed, and find one of those apps, and you can put the white noise on. Definitely helps. I use earplugs now when I go to a hotel.
Oh, really?
And I don't have to, because before it's like if you started hearing noise, once I was awake, and I'm like, is there gonna be more noise? Is there gonna? So I put the earplugs in, and I'm out. I'm gone.
I know my parents use a radio.
Oh, do they?
And I can't sleep at their house because all night long. This radio's going.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to listen to. I wouldn't be able to sleep to that.
That's not white noise for me. That's like raw.
Yeah, yeah, it's different for each people. We used to have one box that we took along, the old style version, and it used to play waves and raindrops, and all those apps do that now. So on the smartphone, so it's all really good. Number 3, Brad, you want to go ahead and make sure the temperature in your room is lower. There's no doubt about this, Brad. I've definitely found out I have more trouble sleeping when it's warm. They found the ideal temperature is 65 degrees Fahrenheit. What is that in Celsius, Brad?
Just so they do the calculations, 18 degrees.
Wow, isn't he brilliant? Now, what's the temperature when it's 70 degrees?
A little more than that.
All right, so you want to make sure the temperature is low, and that's different for each people too. Sometimes people, can tolerate even a cooler temperature than that. Sure. That might be too cold. Stick your leg out of the blankets for a while, or stick your arms out of the blanket if you want to try to cool down a little bit too. So the fourth one is positioning, Brad. If you're having pain at night, from a shoulder or neck or back, you're not going to fall asleep. So we're going to show you some positioning tips. One thing, ideally, a lot of people can't sleep on their back because they snore, or it's also bad for your heart to some extent. I think especially if you're not breathing right, if you're obstructive, sleeping. Sure. So the ideal side to sleep on is your left side. I guess that improves digestion and maybe even lymphatic flow.
The gravity is helping those along the way.
But if you're going to sleep on your back, one thing you can try is, again, don't have too many pillows, because if your head's up like this, it's going to be bad on your neck. But you can put a couple pillows underneath your feet. You got one back there too, Brad.
Yeah.
And raise up your feet. But even a better suggestion, Brad, is I think the leg wedge.
Yeah. If you like some pillows on your legs, you'll probably like this a lot more.
Yeah, this is really comfortable. You make sure it's all the way up into the butt area, and really good for back pain. A lot of people like it. We've got this listed down below in the products that we love in our Amazon list. So just go down below in our description and you'll see it. Right. So I just think it's a good device to have around the house.
It is. Yeah. Great for a number of things.
All right. So let's say you are going to sleep on your side, though. It can be very hard on the shoulder, and it can even be a little bit harder on the back sometimes if you don't do these things. So what you're going to do, normally when you sleep on your side, because there's more of a gap here, if I sleep on my side and only have one pillow, my head's down like this. We want to have the head in the middle.
Neutral position.
Neutral position. Neutral. So you want two pillows, which puts me more in line. Now my whole body's lined up right.
If you just have one, you can fold it like this, and that doubles the thickness as well, and that's an option.
By the way, I can just see on the camera, Brad, I'm really rocking this this tie here.
Yeah. Garcia, you got a mess on it from breakfast or something.
The James Garcia tie, or the Jerry Garcia.
Jerry,
yeah.
Is it?
Jerry, yeah.
Okay.
But another tip for laying on the shoulder, because if you lay right on the point of the shoulder, it's really hard on the shoulder. I love this tip, Brad.
I know.
You take another pillow, and I do sleep this way.
I know he does.
I have a throw pillow right here, and I create a canal here, this great Suez Canal, and you're going to put your arm in there, and now I'm taking a lot less stress on the shoulder.
Right.
It's just a really good option for keeping pressure off the shoulder.
You better get your hand out, or they can't see your face. Well, maybe that's good.
Now, if you want to go pillow crazy, you also, when you lay on your side, you want to put one between the legs.
Yeah, double that one up so you can see that.
So that keeps your back in alignment really well. And another option is let's say you're having shoulder pain with this one. What you want to do on this, in that case, if you're not sleeping on the shoulder, you're going to put one pillow here, and then you're going to put another pillow right like this, in the arm like this. Right. And this is a great way to support a painful shoulder.
Right. And before you do any of this, you're going to go to the store and buy half a dozen pillows.
Yeah.
Or take them from your spouse or your children.
Wait for the pillow sale to come on and then buy away. So next one, this one I discovered this. When you're young, you can get away with all this stuff. I used to drink caffeine up till I went to bed, and it didn't bother me at all. And I couldn't figure out why suddenly I was having trouble sleeping. caffeine can really stay in your system a long time. And
Sure.
they really recommend no caffeine after lunch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you're having trouble sleeping, I would try that because it may be a factor. But the way it affected me, Brad, is I'd fall asleep, but I would wake up like within an hour,
Mhm.
and I could not get back to sleep.
Ah.
So that's how caffeine.
Delayed reaction.
Yeah. By the way we're going to run this, which we always do, we're going to try to get through all of our 12 tricks, and then we're going to take questions.
Right.
So if anybody's around yet, we'll answer questions
Right.
about anything.
So be patient.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, next thing is you want to go ahead and be as still as you can be. I think a lot of people try to roll around and up. I have found that it works out really well for me if I just stay still.
Still.
Yeah,
right,
don't move at
relax.
all,
Mhm.
and just relax. Let the mind stop wandering,
Mhm.
and usually I find out that eventually I just fall asleep. I mean,
Sure.
so you want to sleep at the same time every night. That's really going to help your body because it's going to start, beginning to shut down at the same time every night.
You get in a rhythm, that natural cycle, and it works well. I think that's pretty acceptable.
Another thing you can try is you can try what we could call basically you're going to relax the whole body you're going to work your way from head to toe, tightening muscles and relaxing muscles. So if I'm laying on my back like this, I can start with my shoulders, my trapezius, and I can lift up my shoulders like this and tighten them, and then relax. Tighten them and then relax, and then I can even tighten my arms,
Sure.
or my biceps, and relax. Tighten and relax. Squeeze and relax.
And
Squeeze
the whole
and
idea
relax.
is that there's, I don't know if it's proven or it's a theory, but when you maximally contract the muscle, it will go to maximum relaxation right after that.
Right.
And I've done this where you just tighten, you think of your hands, shoulders, and everything, just tighten up and relax.
Yeah.
And then you're getting a larger area.
And right now, I can squeeze my buttocks together.
Yes,
I can tighten my legs
Mhm.
and just work all the way down, tighten my ankles, tighten my calves,
Right.
and work all the way down.
Be careful so you don't cramp.
Yeah, I don't know which ones are going to work for you. People are different, so
Sure.
that's why we try to throw a whole bunch of them at you here. One thing I've seen a lot of sites mention, Brad, if you want to grab your phone,
I do.
is really you want to limit your exposure to TVs and screens. It's the blue light, because that actually increases, it wakes you up, that light does. So especially a half hour before bed, you don't want to be on your computer, you don't want to be on your phone. If you have to be, or you feel like it's something that does relax you, there's actually an app that's called Twilight that takes up the blue screen when you're on your phone.
You can still use it, but the blue color itself is eliminated.
Right.
Mhm.
It actually throws off your circadian rhythms. The
Ooh.
light can. Yeah, I thought I'd throw that in there.
Circadian, is that like a cicada?
Yeah, that's a little bug, isn't it?
Yeah, they come out every 17 years.
Yeah. They're kind of wild. They come out of the ground, don't they?
Yeah.
So, one thing is at night, again, why the cool temperatures work. Sometimes if you take a hot bath
Mhm.
and then you get out of the bath and your body actually starts cooling down,
Sure.
it's kind of a trigger for your body to go to sleep.
Yep.
So sometimes the hot bath works for people. The thing that I like to use, they said if you think of random objects, like if you pick a word like unicorn and you try to think of a word that goes along with each letter,
Sure.
that by doing that, you start getting your mind off of other things.
Sure.
But what works for me is I actually think, I think of a golf course. And I think of playing each hole. I'm a golfer.
Right.
So remember our office manager said she thinks of her cats. They calm her down.
She's got lots of cats.
And she's got lots of cats. Yeah, she's a cat lady. And by the way, apparently a cat in bed does calm people down.
Sure.
I mean, so there's not going to be a cat in my bed. Sorry.
Kitty cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a cat in my house, and I'm sorry I'm not a cat lover. So no hate mail out there, but
You be nice to her.
yeah, be nice to me. All right, this is kind of a strange one, Brad, but I've seen a couple. I've never tried this one, but you actually put your legs up on the wall. You want to start looking at questions?
Yes,
Brad?
I do.
So you actually go ahead and you go and put your feet up like this, and not you're going to fall asleep like this, but apparently doing this for a couple minutes helps change things to the point where it makes it easier for you to sleep. I don't understand it. I'm not sure what the physiology is behind it, but supposedly it helps out. So we're here to give all suggestions. So Brad, do we have anything?
Well,
Throw some questions at us if you
well,
have
a
them.
lot of people are making comments on what works for them.
Oh yeah, well let's hear them because I'd like to.
Well, one person, PJ says, yeah, the computer thing before or phone before bed is definitely a problem. Holy cow! Oh, they're coming in hard and fast, Bob. I can't keep up.
Yeah, and the computer thing is more of a problem than people realize. I think it's one. My son was having trouble sleeping, and I know I could tell that he was on, Facebook and Instagram right before he went to bed. So there's no.
Cosmic, he does. It's almost be 8 seconds in, 4 hold, 8 seconds out, 4 hold. So it's a little bit different.
So he does a different breathing
Right.
technique.
Mhm.
I actually sometimes this one work with a spouse in your bed, and so I don't do it there. But is just even humming. Things like that a lot of times helps me. It helps relax me. I'll do it in the car sometimes, but you're breathing out and you're kind of, it's almost like,
Heidi says she's been using earplugs for 30 years.
wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, earplugs, the thing about earplugs that I like is that it just takes away all of that possibility of noise waking you up. And like I said, hotel rooms, there's always noise going
A
on.
boring class, someone mentioned.
A boring class,
People
yeah.
are really giving some things.
Yeah,
Oh, here we go.
Brad's still looking.
Yep, make time to do prayer and meditation.
I think that's good. Yeah, meditating would be fantastic. It's a great time to help try to calm things down and
A humidifier. Oh,
a humidifier or dehumidifier?
it was a humidifier.
Oh, wow.
I think it was the noise that they were talking about.
Oh, sure. Yeah, the noise from a humidifier would work. Yeah.
A couple of shots. Well,
Ah,
that
well,
might work.
supposedly, apparently, alcohol does not help. You're not supposed to drink alcohol right before you go to bed. So Brad and I are in trouble. But it's never bothered me. But I know my brother, when he drinks too much, he snores. But,
Oh. Here's what James is asking. Is it okay to sleep on a carpeted floor? Good question.
well, there's people that a lot of times we get that question quite often with back pain. Should I sleep on the floor? What I would recommend instead is to take your mattress and put it on the floor and see if that alone is enough to keep your back straight enough that you can stay out of pain.
Although I have to admit, I went to a back class and this it was a McKenzie instructor. He said if they sleep well on the floor, and I've had some patients literally sleep on the floor much better than they do on the bed, carpeted,
Sure.
and had success. So I think if you do it and you sleep well, you wake up without pain and aches and pains.
I think if you're one of those people that can sleep on their back and stay on their back,
Right.
I think you lay on your side, it's going to
Yeah.
be tough.
Yeah, it's probably a supine thing.
There's people that we have, and I don't know that I would recommend this, but they have back pain and they cannot sleep anywhere except the recliner. I've had many back patients that's been the case. Not sure why, but it's just, and I think part of it might be that when you sit up, you're halfway up, there is swelling in your back when your back is injured. And I actually think it takes some of the swelling out of the back. So
Here's one. Snidley, it looks like,
Snidley?
is interested in if you got vertigo and you suffer from dizziness,
vertigo.
movement when you're laying down.
Yeah, it depends on the vertigo and the cause of it. If it's BPPV, benign positional proximal vertigo, we've got a lot of videos on that. If you just want to type in BPPV, B as in boy, P as in pal, P as in pal, V as in vertigo. We've got a lot of videos on that. I mean, and showing the Epley maneuver, which can help with dizziness. Really common, and if you do have it, what's nice about it is very treatable. Usually just a couple of treatments will help take that away. So what do we got now, Brad?
Well, another person mentioned they put boards under their mattress.
Yes.
Between the box spring.
I did the same thing. Brad always laughs because we were young. My wife and I were just married, and our mattress had wore out. We couldn't afford a new one. So it's just as he said, we took plywood and put it between the box spring and the mattress. And that helped, take out that dip in the mattress and really did help. It prolonged the life of that bed. And we actually did it on a couch too that sunk down too much. We put boards underneath the cushions on that, and that worked out really well.
Gajan brought up the point we didn't bring up as far as some people have success with the eye covers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Get things really dark. The shades,
sure.
Those to get the room very dark.
We just saw, by the way, in this book, Swollen, Bloated, and Puffy. We just did a video on this, and she has a mask that's actually a cool mask. You put in the refrigerator or freezer, and you put that on, and she just likes to put it on before bed a lot of times, and it just relaxes her and calms things down. But that book is also listed in our description below in our list of things that we love. She did a good job on the book, and so we always like to tout it. So what do we got now, Mr. Heineck?
Well, here, Jen Wilder, she must have come in late. She's, again, asked about using a computer before.
Oh, sure.
Before bed. Again, it's that blue light.
It's that blue light. And I don't know if there's something available on the computer that you could do. There is on the phone, as far as it's an app called Twilight that actually can help take the blue light off the phone and you can still look at it at night then and not worry about getting that rise and change in your circadian rhythms. So,
right. Again, something about red wine evidently has rumored to help put you to sleep. But again, with the alcohol idea that
I don't know. I think you got to find out what works for you on that one. I wouldn't doubt that red wine does help some people, and there are, of course, the health benefits of red wine.
Right, and whether it's 1 glass or 3 glasses may make a difference.
You're supposed to keep it down to 1 glass for women and 2 glasses for men. So, and probably 7 glasses for Heineken. So he's not Heineken. So, how are we doing, Brad? Anything else?
Oh my goodness, there's quite a few coming in. It's hard. It's scrolling up so fast I can hardly keep up.
Can't keep reading on the questions. Or we should really do a session one time, Brad, where all we do is answer questions. Like if you got neck pain, back pain, knee pain, shoulder pain, and we'll have to do one of those. Because a lot of times people have questions. And by the way, it's a good time for me to say this, Brad. We really apologize, but Brad and I work as full-time as therapists, and we're trying to put out the videos. We don't have time to, I'm sorry, to respond to each of your individual questions and
the comments section.
The comments.
Yeah. We do read them because we want to find out some input.
We do read them, right.
But it just, as we grew in the last year, we've got.
We can't keep up.
Right. It's tough because it is kind of fun to work with the comment.
It was a full-time job just to keep up with the comments.
Yeah. So we apologize for that, but we do what we can.
Anything else, Brad, or are we going to wind her up here?
Well, I think we're getting close to wind-up time, and it's getting close to going back to work.
All right. All right, folks.
Yeah, they're coming too fast, Bob.
All right. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.